Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to a new season of Oak House Racing, this being the Truck Series for 2026. We've not wasted any time in getting going. It's the 8th of January. We welcome you to Daytona for the opening round of our season. Our 10-race calendar bringing us all the way to the middle of March, bringing you these broadcasts, this opening broadcast here on MotorMouth Broadcasting. Myself, Ian O'Leary, and Jim Cunningham alongside me. Good evening, Jim. Good to have you alongside me. This early New Year treat, if you like, for Oak House Racing, getting a new season underway. It's the time of year to be at Daytona. A start of a new season, and as I say, very much the time of year everybody builds up to the real world 500 in a few weeks' time.
Yeah, it's good to be here with you. Happy New Year and all that. Hope you had a good holiday. And this is we're getting it back kicked off. This is a busy week for both of us, I guess. Everybody's starting their seasons off, and so apparently, I'm not sure. Looks like they're already started their qualifying, so I'm going to get this down and focus on a few guys on track because they were supposed to start 5 minutes later, but they got a jump on us, so we'll see what's going on out here on the track.
Yeah, we'll look a little bit at the art of qualifying at Daytona. If you've seen broadcasts before around here, then you're probably going to hear us repeating ourselves maybe. But there is really an art to doing this correctly and quickly, even though really driving on your own around the super speedway at Daytona, I think, is one of the most boring things you can do in motorsport. But as I say, there is an art to it, and it is worth practicing as well because you can get really something out of it. Jackson Albright has currently got the best time, but that really isn't going to matter. A 51.7 so far. It's these second laps that are really going to matter, where they're running as close to the double yellow line as possible all the way round, contrasting with lap number 1, where they're still running all the way around the top side of the racetrack, trying to gain as much speed, using the slope as much as they can, using the very steep banking here as much as they can, to try and get a run onto that second lap, which is where these sessions are really all won and lost.
Yeah, the momentum that you carry around the top side of the track, so to speak, it kind of winds the trucks up a little bit extra, and then they launch them down the banking to try to get the best run and get the best time. And as you were just talking about, you can see that the times are rapidly dropping as guys are posting their second laps now, which we're focusing here on Wyatt Youngblood. I would expect he's going to be pretty fast in this series. Obviously, he's a real life race car driver. I believe he drives late models. In fact, I was just looking at a picture of his new late model just the other day in the Discord, and he obviously won the ARCA championship for Oak House Racing last season. So obviously probably going to be a really strong contender this season here.
Yep. Definitely is going to be. There was indeed a championship finale with himself and Elliot Kandra, who is in this race as well, currently qualified 10th, but there's a lot of times yet to come, and so there may well be improvements to come as well as car 30 goes over the line. Wyatt Youngblood gets up to 5th place in this opening qualifying session of the season, but it is Daytona and it is very, very fine margins. Matteo Mitchell is currently the best of the drivers out there at the moment. Still, as I say, plenty of times yet to come in, but that 51.5 is the only 51.5 in the entire field, and it's currently good enough for pole position with Mitchell already gone. And as I say, Youngblood's already gone through. So has Elliot Kandra, finished the ARCA Series in 2nd place, has qualified in 12th position. So some of the big names have already gone, and Mitchell has survived those. So I'd say he's odds-on favourite at the moment to be pole sitter, but will he be able to stay there for the next 5 minutes while the remaining drivers do their outlaps and do their 2 timed laps as well? Because some drivers haven't even started their first timed lap yet, like Richard May, who had a pretty good run on the intermediate tracks towards the end of the ARCA Series coming towards Christmas last year.
Hey, I just happened to notice as I was looking at the timing and scoring, you and I have a buddy in this race right here.
Do we?
Yeah. Logan Gill.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And we made Logan famous on the internet with a reel of a race that he did in it was an Xfinity Series race, and he actually got wrecked with 10 laps to go in the race, used his fast repair, came back out, charged back up through the field, and literally launched himself to the front. And as he just jumped up to 18th place on that lap, but that was just his first out lap. And then right at the end of the race, they ended up wrecking, and he flipped across the finish line to win the race. It was quite a dramatic finish to the race, and the reel went viral, of course, because it was absolutely cool and hilarious all at the same time.
Yeah, it was remarkable. I remember that now. Now that you mentioned it, it was quite a while ago. I seem to remember. Was it last summer? I would say maybe.
Yeah, probably last two seasons, roughly at least 2 seasons ago. So yeah, at least 6 months ago, probably.
Yeah, probably. Time flies.
It does.
But yes,
indeed.
we have seen Gil on MotorMouth before, and indeed lots of these returning names as well from Oakhouse returning to MotorMouth as well for their second time. Richard May is going pretty quickly here. Only 2 sectors round here, which effectively just splits the track in half. I'm a fan of that, I've got to say.
Yes.
Richard May comes up towards the start-finish line now. Is this going to be enough for pole?
I think
Still,
it is.
Mateo Mitchell's the only driver in a 51.5. Is this good enough for Richard May? It's going to be very close. Is it pole? Yes, it is pole for Richard May. It's 1,000th of a second. He's gone ever so slightly quicker than the 82 car. It's Toyota on pole, surely, with Richard May by a single 1,000th of a second in qualifying.
Yeah, honestly, there's 2 drivers that have not attempted to post a time yet, and they still got a couple of minutes, so they could, but there's no one else left other than those 2 drivers who are not currently on track that have not posted a time. So this is Karafidas, but he's finished. This is just a extra additional practice lap or whatever, just staying out there. But yeah, he's done with his official laps, which he's qualified 10th right now. And it does not look like that either one of the other 2 guys are going to get out on track. It didn't appear so, because they're running out of time to actually get in an actual qualifying lap. So, yeah, that's probably going to be it, which, no need to qualify at Daytona. A lot of guys don't want to qualify at Daytona. They want to start from the back, it's so. Well, yeah, you've got a lot of experience with some of the guys in this field. I recognize a few of the names. This is my first race actually broadcasting one of the Oakhouse races. Obviously, I've been involved behind the scenes and stuff, so I knew some of the guys. But you should have some knowledge of quite a few of these guys, I would think.
Well, you'd hope so.
Well, I know. Believe me, I get it.
Yeah.
The amount of races that you and I broadcast in a month, very hard to remember guys and remember incidents. Probably the only reason the Logan Gill thing stuck out in my mind at all was because of how crazy it was. Because it was. In fact, if you get a chance, pop over to the MotorMouth Broadcasting YouTube channel and search through the reels on the shorts on there, and you'll find it. It's quite hilarious. And while you're there, you might as well go ahead and give us a like and a subscribe and all of those things as well. It helps the channel, so we'd appreciate that.
Yes, nice plug there. Getting in early. Why not? With qualifying just petering out. Just to give you the format for tonight, by the way, I realise we haven't gone through that actually yet so far.
Oh, yeah.
So 60 laps on the books for tonight. Each driver gets 3 sets of tyres down pit lane. That's 3 new sets of tyres to add to the ones they're going to start the race on in a moment. They can do about 20 laps on a fuel tank, so that's limited compared to normal. 65% of the normal Truck Series fuel tank is allowed to be used here, and that means 20 laps or so, and that means 2 pit stops at least, you would say, tonight for all of the drivers, potentially even green flag pit stops as well. 3 of the top 5 from the ARCA Series last season are here. We've already mentioned White Youngblood and Elliott Kandra. We'll see where they are in the the starting grid in a moment. But also Jason McCook is here, and he's qualified in 8th place after finishing in, I believe, the top 3 actually of the ARCA Series last season as well. So we've got all of the top 3 from the ARCA Series, which is good to have as we skip forward into the race session. Qualifying was in the daylight, in the afternoon, the middle of the afternoon. This race is going to go into the evening time, just as almost every race at Daytona seems to these days.
It's such a, I mean, a night race at Daytona, man, the cars look so good, or in this case, the trucks look so good under the lights, I'm a big fan. Plus, the track temperature is cooperative. We'll throw that up real quick and let's see what we got. Oh, maybe it's not so cooperative. It must be a blistering hot Daytona day. Holy cow.
Well, I've never seen such a big difference between air and track temperature.
Well,
126.
My guess is that, which that can happen. The sun baking down on that black asphalt, can cause that to happen in the daytime. If the weather conditions are realistic, we should see that drop off pretty dramatically as the race goes on, because obviously the sun is setting here. You can see the beautiful sunset in the background. So I think that'll probably drop off, but that is a huge difference. Do we have any stage breaks tonight or no? Is it just straight?
No stage breaks, okay. Just all the way through, old-fashioned, and I'm a fan of that.
Yeah, me too. The only thing I like about stage breaks is if you get a league that doesn't have any cautions, it can at least tighten the field back up, but this is Daytona. I would say more than likely we're going to probably see a caution or so. But let's go ahead and we're breaking out the new grid for the new year here, and they should be rolling off here. So we'll go ahead and fire the new grid up here for the new season.
Yeah, there goes the pace car, and the trucks all follow in. It's Matteo Mitchell who's taken the pole by a single Richard May has taken the pole by a single thousandth of a second in front of Matteo Mitchell on row 2. It's Brett Bullard and Zachary Cartledge. Row 3, Brad Compton and Jeffrey Goodpaster with 7th and 8th. Jason McCook, top 3 in the ARC Series last season, and David McCullough. Then rounding out the top 10, George Kurafidis and White Youngblood, the ARCA Series champion from 2025. Frank Marchese is on the outside of row 6 with Ricky Langton Jr. on the inside. John Edwards and John Russo will share row 7. Then on row number 8, it's Ryan Keyser and Howard Peoples. At row 9, behind them, Elliot Kandra, second in the ARC Series last season, ahead of Jackson Pole. And rounding out the top 20, Wesley Beasley and Joshua Wides. Final third of the field now headed by Jay Laygrave and Logan Gill. We've already talked about a little bit tonight. James Burns and Bill Bonsma are both on row 12. Didn't take part in the ARC Series last season. Jackson Albright and Austin Norris are on row 13. Brady Lagrave and Jason Trocky are next. Wonder if the Lagraves are related, possibly. Robert Lawson and Carson Kenny then round out the top 30. And then those at the very, very back of the field, Jesse Levers, Ethan Farless, Michael Cole, Jaden McLaren, and Zach Woods and Art Milne don't seem to be on the grid just at the moment.
So I kind of messed you up there. By the way, nice recovery because this grid is fast. I went in to change the speed of the grid to slow it down just slightly, and when I did, it reset and started over. So I was trying to help you out there. What's funny is pre-race, I warned him how fast the grid was since it's brand new, and as the pace car gets in, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, it's one of the new things for 2026, getting used to it all as we get up towards the starting zone here at Daytona. Green flag waves on a new Oak House Racing season. The Truck Series at Daytona underway.
We had somebody in the wall right off the bat there at the start of the race. They gassed it up and went up into the wall. It looks like they saved it, but...
And Jay Lagrave, by the way, straight into pit lane as well here. So, not sure what's gone on, but we are under caution straight away, it looks like.
Yep. Yeah, that's probably due to that car getting into the wall. Let me see.
Wesley Beasley's also dropped down quite significantly there. So I wonder whether he might have been involved in that.
All right,
we'll have a look. I mean, it's the first caution of the new season, and as you try to get up to speed.
Situation. Let's see what happens.
Okay.
Yeah, probably don't want to look at it from that angle. and especially not at that speed.
It's quite
that was
far towards the back. There we go.
Yep.
It's a concertina
yep.
effect.
That's what it was, yeah. Oh, there's a, okay.
So, yeah,
There we go.
dear. And
Oh, yeah,
47 there, piling in.
Still wrecking.
47 is Robert Lawson, who absolutely powered into that. But yeah, it's just a concertina effect. The Beasley one wasn't actually down to that. It was just a sort of getting hooked around and spun through the tri-oval separately. But,
so
you know.
This is, I think, where it started. Maybe, let's see.
Was this a bit further? Yeah, this is a bit further back. Candra's one of those initially involved. I don't think he's the cause. And then there's the big hits on the wall there, by the way. The 07, one of them. Somebody went head-on into the wall there at pit exit.
Let's see. Yeah, that was a mess in there. It only really actually showed one car technically crashing. Let's see here if this shows us anything.
Yeah, there we go. So, it starts from right at the front.
The Napa truck there got into the back of the Bass Pro Shops truck there, and that's kind of what kicked it all off. And that's the car I saw go up into the wall because he got rear-ended there on the start. Yeah, that's a mess. Let's see.
I've been saying that Napa truck is Elliott Candra. That's only if he's using the same. It is Elliott Candra. He's using the same livery as last season, which is very helpful. But he's the first one to make contact, but he's not the first one to sort of accelerate and brake.
Well, actually, I think the Bass Pro Shops truck. I wish I could figure out who that is. Do you have any idea who that is?
No, I don't. No.
Let's see. We're gonna do it the old-fashioned way here and see if we can just figure out who is who real quick. New paint schemes and all. It's hard for us to identify who's who. We're just gonna have to do it the old-fashioned way here and just look around for them. I think Logan Gill might have been involved in that. So that was Burns that got turned there. We saw him, Wesley Burns. There's a James Burns as well. All right, I don't see the Bass Pro Shops truck.
No, I can't see it on the initial starts either. But
watch here. So look, if you see, let's see here. I'm further back in the field than I need to be. So the Bass Pro Shops truck is the one that's up against the wall, snugging up to the wall right there. But no idea who that is. Oh well,
no.
We'll figure it all out. But anyway, he got. The guy in front of him checked up, and he actually bumped the guy in front of him, and then it took off from there. I tell you what, dude, let's look at it from the chopper. Maybe we can see something from there.
It's just, it's very disorderly right from the very beginning.
It really was.
On that outside line. Very disorderly. So somebody just doesn't really get away very well at all. You can see that gap immediately filled by the now third car on the outside line, just as the caution then flies, and they're already slowing down towards turn number one. Unfortunately, it's not a very long green flag run to start this race.
There it is right there. See, the Bass Pro Shops hits the guy. Okay, yeah. So he hit the 9 truck, whoever that was. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The 9 is...
Oh, they tore up some trucks. Yeah, the
definitely.
9 is John Edwards, huh?
Yeah. And didn't actually need to stop, although Jeffrey Goodpaster, just in behind Edwards now, did need to stop, or at least did come in to stop. They do, though, in this series, get one faster pair, so you don't want to be using it on lap 1, but if you have to stay in the race, then you will do. And that has, so far, kept all but one of the 34 cars that started this race on the lead lap.
Well, let's hope for a better a restart here as I believe we've got the Roasted Record restart zone going to be with us this year. Roasted Record is one of our new channel sponsors, and we're certainly thrilled to have them on board with us for the season. Great bunch of guys. Or Mike Mann the owner is a great guy. Owns I'll talk more about him later, because we're about to get back to Go Green here, I think, pretty soon.
Just coming through for 3 and 4, but yeah, big thanks to them for for their support in going into 2026 and going into the restart zones as well, which, with all respect to them, hopefully we're not going to see too much of tonight.
Because this is the only time we talk about it.
Yeah, because we can keep the cautions down that way. But we'll see. What we have seen in this series, generally from the ARC series, is long green flag runs punctuated by cautions following one another. So let's see whether that trend continues into the trucks as the 10 car brings them into the restart zone. Richard May able to give it another go out of the roster record restart zone, and we're back underway with a cleaner start this time round.
Well, that's always a good thing to get that going. A little cleaner start.
Yeah, much better getaway from everybody that time round. And look at how lined up they are as well. 2 wide, nobody going for 3 just yet because
Not
it is only lap 5 of 60, but everybody getting away much better this time. Now the pushing comes on the backstretch, and here comes Mateo Mitchell getting a nice push on the outside from David McCullough.
Yeah, they got they're just, right, it looks like they're, a little side drafting going on there, but I can't tell who that, boy, it's going to be a struggle, and I won't be doing all these races, so it's you that's got to learn the paint schemes. I'm only in for one.
Caution.
Boy, already?
Caution.
Golly.
Not for the top group, and they're all going to have to slow down pretty quickly for the pace truck. Oh, hello. Oh, careful. This is where accidents can happen.
It can, yeah.
The pace truck's not going to crash into anybody.
He'll just drive right through you. He don't care.
It's see-through, but the drivers themselves can crash into one another.
On the apron in the pace truck.
Oh, wow. What is going on there? Oh, dear, it's the back group, definitely. The 79 car was down on the apron there and slow anyway.
I think he was what it appeared. I noticed him earlier. I think he was attempting to drop to the back of the field and just going to ride around the back. I think that's what he was trying to do.
That's Jay LeGrave, who's already a lap down, by the way. So he was trying to stay out of everybody's way as well, I think.
Yeah, that probably so, yeah. So I know that the Wounded Warrior truck was involved there. Was that Brad Compton? Let's see now. Where's Compton at?
So it's the 07 that's the one that's hit initially there. The 79, as I say, is the one going slowly, but the 07 of James Burns is the one who's hit initially, and he's been down in pit lane already for a minute here. I wonder whether he's already used his faster pet. We just figured out who
the Bass Pro Shops guy was. It was Ryan.
Caught up again.
Ryan Kessler. Yes, he was involved again. I don't know if he was part of the deal or is just something that he just happened to get caught up in it. But let's see here. Let's go back. We'll ride along here with. Oh no, Kessler's the one that hits the. He hits the. Yep, he was the one that hit the 07 in the rear.
07, yeah.
Yep. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, it's a big mess coming off of 4. And, this is a group aiming to ride right. They don't really know what Jay LeGrave's trying to do here. But, and also not entirely sure what the 07's doing, slamming on the brakes like that either.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. 100%. There's no reason at all to even lift at Daytona. You can certainly move your car around the track. He definitely slowed dramatically. I don't know if this is going to work or not. We will see. Let's do this. Where's that 07 at? He's in the pits, right? Let's highlight him.
Yeah, and might well stay there for a while, actually.
All right. So, So no, the dashboard's not going to work. I thought I was going to see if we could tell how much of a drop in speed he had there, what happened, but it only shows up on live footage. But yeah, I'm not sure what that was all about, but it sure did. It sure tore up about 5 or 6 good trucks there.
Yeah, it did. That's a bit of a shame as well because the front guys have got a proper restart going there, and unfortunately, it's come to nothing with the.
It's going to give me a chance to talk about the roasted record a little bit.
Absolutely, yeah.
Not that I wanted to talk about him again this quick, but for those of you who, I'll tell you what. Let's do this. I even got this is our new little ticker we have going this year. we'll pull that up. So we've got so the Roasted Record is like I said, one of our new channel sponsors, and they are a artisan small batch coffee roasting and coffee house in they're based out of Stuart, Florida. It's their so if you're in that particular area around the Orlando, Florida area, go check them out in Stuart. They do small batch artisan roasted coffees, and they do sell online. And if you go to their website, we have a link down in the description. Even if you just go check out what they've got, use the link and let them know that their advertising is working with us. And they you can get 20% off if you use the code SIM20. And but it's really cool vibe place, man. They sell old school vinyl albums in there too, and you can listen to them with like headsets and stuff, so you can literally get you some coffee, sit around and listen to these old school records, and decide if you want to buy some vinyl records, and those are kind of coming back, so that's kind of neat. So
yeah, absolutely great to have them on board this year, early part of 2026, and for this series in the restart zones, which, as we say, unfortunately, have been used twice in the first 8 laps, which is a bit of a shame. Haven't actually got through a whole lap of green flag racing yet. We very nearly did there, but not quite.
Very nearly. Yeah, we almost made it.
We were meters away, centimeters away.
Well, this is a pretty decent sized field. First race of the new year. Yeah. Everybody's been off for a few weeks. And it's Daytona. One thing I will say is people don't realize the way these trucks move around when they get up to that, almost 200 miles an hour. Man, the wind moves these trucks around so much. Not that that's what caused that last incident, unless the wind put the brakes on for the 07 there, because that's what ended up what caused that accident. But Daytona's it's a tough place to hold on to one of these cars as we're heading back to green here.
Absolutely, and into the restart zone again. This time for Matteo Mitchell, who starts from the front. And Richard May with the chance to start from the outside instead. All very close, packed in at the front here. And a big push here from 81. That's Zachariah Cartledge trying to get into the back there of Mitchell. But a good restart from Richard May to have his nose in front by turn 1. Here comes the 82 car responding there after that push. And look at them leaning on one another through turn 1 and 2 as well.
Yeah, they that's pretty common. Oh, we got cars moving around a lot. It makes me nervous when I see them wiggling around back there. I mean, we haven't even had a chance to really get the tires up to proper temperature yet. Well, speaking of proper temperature, let's take a look real quick.
Yeah, not that they'll be cold. It is down to 99 degrees Fahrenheit now, which is trouble! The leader! Oh, the leader's in the fence! We've got the big one already! On lap 9! The big one at Daytona's happened already!
Yeah.
Lots of good trucks involved in it! Richard May and Matteo Mitchell, the two who shared the front row, are both involved!
Oh, man. Yeah, that was a big one, and that took out all the trucks at the front of the field, too. I tell you what, there's going to be interesting. I see. Well, we obviously got several, as we call them, meatball flags out there, torn up trucks. But we also have several black flags. Oh, that's probably because they slid across pit road too fast. So
those will be clear.
That'll get sorted out. But so let's go back and try to figure this one out. This is probably going to take a few views to figure out what happened here. Oh, well, not to figure out what happened. It was right there at the very front. It was pretty easy to spot. Man.
But, you could see the early rumblings of that through turn 1 and 2 on that restart. The Mitchell and Richard May there were absolutely leaning on each other. And, they did it again through 3 and 4. And everybody's paid the price pretty much for it. I don't think many have survived. Matteo Mitchell is still in second place, so maybe has survived better. But look at Richard May here, getting really, really close through turn 1. He got, but there it is, getting too close. Got into the 81 effectively, and spun himself around. And Candra's involved in it. And as I say, Mitchell Mitchell actually retains decent speed, but he'll be damaged. So Richard May certainly damaged. Lots of good cars involved in that. And
so
there's going to be a lot coming down pit lane here as well. As they just come down to the end of lap number 10, there'll be some, quite a lot actually, getting repairs done here.
Yeah, and, well, you'll get a lot of repairs, and you'll probably get some guys to come in and top off the fuel since we're all, we haven't had that many green flag laps. But so let's go back and look at that one more time. So who is that on the outside in the iRacing truck there?
It's Richard May.
Richard May, okay.
And he's just getting down towards the 81 there.
Yeah, he
just gets onto his rear left, and that's it from there.
Yeah, it sucked him around, and that was the end of that. So, yeah.
He's still crashing into the restart zone, goodness me.
All right, and one more look at it from this angle.
Just too aggressive for this early stage in the race, really, I think.
It was almost like he was trying to side draft there, and unless the wind just pulled his truck down. Because that's a technique you do here, obviously, for anybody maybe that doesn't know. You put your you put your truck right next to him, and the wind from the other truck will kind of pull you along. But this isn't the time to be side drafting. We're so really beyond that. What I want to do now is I want to go back and go to the chopper view again and just drop back in the field a little bit and just see some of the other trucks that get torn up in the aftermath of this.
Yeah, I mean, they
this.
just pile in.
Oh my gosh, look at this. That had to be half the field or more. I would say more than half the field.
You'd probably say so. I mean, there's only 5 drivers in the whole field who haven't stopped at all yet in this race,
right.
Which I suppose gives you an idea of who
some
might
of
be damaged.
Well, of course, yeah. Well, some of the pit stops would be fast because they still have fast repairs. But there's going to be guys now that don't have fast repairs left.
Yeah, I mean, James Byrne's been in there for over 10 minutes already. Jackson Paul over 3 minutes. Wesley Beasley is retired already. A minute 20 for Joe LeGrave, who's back out there again. Elliot Kandra is trying to repair without losing a lap. 1 minute 40 for him. 1 minute 47 for Ethan Farless. Carson Kenny 1:10. There's a lot of drivers getting big repairs done down there.
I will say this. If my truck isn't bad damaged, based on what I've seen so far tonight, I would probably even be willing to go a lap down and to get it repaired without burning my fast repair, because there's going to be plenty of opportunity to get back on the lead lap and get yourself back in contention in this race again. You and I have witnessed that in the past doing NASCAR stuff. There's plenty of time to work on your truck during these long these long pace caution laps here. You can get a lot of work done, and so if you go down a lap, you can get your truck fixed back up and not use that fast repair. And with the amount of cautions we're seeing, there's going to be a lot of lucky dogs tonight, people getting back on the lead lap. So interesting, it'd be an interesting strategy, but there could be a guy who is smart enough to save that lucky dog, that fast repair, and end up being able to use it late in the race,
Yeah, I think that's exactly what some of the guys down there are doing. That not many have actually given up a lap to do that, but the likes of Elliot Kandry from Farless and some others as well.
Yeah,
Carson Kenny.
In fact, we can take a look right here, and you can see the amount of time that these guys have spent on pit road. Here working on their vehicles as we're coming back to the restart zone again.
Yeah, here we go. It's another restart this time. Zachariah Cartledge brings them to the green. And the ARCA Series champion, White Youngblood, on the outside line, strong on the Super Speedway race. I think it was at Talladega that we covered just to start the second half of the ARCA Series. That was a day where he did lose a few points, but just survived. That's what championship contenders need tonight. Just survive somewhere around the front, and you'll have had a good day.
Yeah, indeed. This is, you can already see that you can easily get destroyed. Oh, somebody's going to the back there. I guess he doesn't want anything to do with the front of the field anymore. There was a lot of shuffling going on there. I guess that was just him going to the back. Well, I'll tell you what, these guys, that front truck up there is doing it again. Who is that?
Yeah, it's aggressive again.
Is that Wyatt or is that?
Yeah, Youngblood on the outside line, getting really nicely pushed as well, by the way, by Logan Gill. So they lead 1 and 2 through the first lap of Green Flag Racing this season. First full lap of Green Flag Racing complete.
Well, Logan Gill he's fast. I mean, you and I, like I said, we've got some experience watching him race. He was always fast. A bit aggressive sometimes, but that's there's nothing wrong with that style of racing. You get Jason Trockey right there in there with him, running in third right now on that bottom line down there.
Yeah, don't push the pusher though, and so Trockey couldn't actually get into Logan Gill at all because Gill's pretty much pushing Youngblood the whole way around at the moment. Trockey now is going to lead that inside line, and are we going to see, oh dear,
God,
weaving
Youngblood
around, and they just had to lift off there, Gill and Youngblood, and that is going to give them a lot of momentum loss. Here comes Trockey, no, Gill got it back, and now they push on the outside again. Youngblood and Gill are a formidable combination at the moment.
They are indeed. Was that a bad push that sent Youngblood down the track, or did he drop down to cut Trockey off?
Yeah, I can't quite decide. I think it was probably a loss of control, and he was a little bit lucky that he had that amount of space down low to actually gather it up, because for the most part, for most of these drivers, there's somebody alongside them, and if you do have to use the bottom of the racetrack to gather it up, you're going to crash into somebody. Youngblood didn't have that problem, though, and Trockey is getting a better push now. It's clear that Cartledge and some of the others actually on the low side here are much better as pushers than they are leading the line, and that's made it a more even race now between the low and the high side.
Yeah, and I think, you, like you said, the people are getting this sorted out now. We're starting to see teams kind of forming up here, guys that are pushing and helping each other, and alliances starting to form. I'm sure some of these guys have built up that rapport, during the week, practicing and stuff like that, where they work together and figure out who pushes. Like the 95's pushing Trockey there pretty nice, and he backed off of him going into the turn. That's a really nice pushing job, as well as what Logan Gill's doing with Youngblood up there.
Oh, caution's out. Not for the front group this time, thankfully, but a caution on the racetrack with now 16 laps complete. This is going to mark the first, I think, real big fuel stops happening up and down the field, I think. Oh dear, 3 wide, and it doesn't last very long. The 27 car is the one to get, or 27 truck, I should probably more accurately say, is the one spun round.
I don't think anybody would have an issue with you calling it a car. It's, they're essentially
cars, really. I'm European.
They are a race car. I mean, it's they really are.
Bill Bonsford is in the 27 by there. Oh dear.
Exactly.
He's hit the way past
there.
too.
So, I hate to do this, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Oh, okay. So whoever that was kind of got down on the apron and shot back up the track a little bit and got into Bosma and kind of spun him around there. That is definitely on the guy who went down below the yellow line, because you're not entitled to come back. You're not supposed to go down there at all, but at Daytona. But if you do, you certainly are not allowed to. That's the 26 truck, yeah.
So that is Michael Cole.
Yeah.
I wonder if you can still rewind and sit and just get a little bit more of that story, because yes, that is always true about the double yellow lines. But if you push down there, it does become a different story.
Yes.
I'm trying to work out whether Bonsper actually shoves the 26 car down there, or whether he goes down there of his own choice.
All right,
which would.
Where is the 26 car in the? Okay, all right, I got it. I just had to find him on the sheet so I could go to him and see here.
There we go.
Okay.
So he's already there. I think Bonsper pushes him down there.
Let's see.
Oh,
Nope.
He just.
He didn't really go. He didn't really go too far below the yellow line, so I'll take back that part of it. He did dip his tire down there, and it caused his truck to wiggle a little bit, you know. And I mean, yeah, you're supposed to be able to maintain control of your vehicle and all of those kind of things. But the reality is that is kind of a racing incident at Daytona. You know, the wind's moving your car around. You just happen to, you know. What I don't get is, though, now that I think about that for a second, I was going to say it's no big deal. You know, it happens. I mean, it's Daytona, whatnot. But what really doesn't make sense is why are you 3 wide at the back of the field on lap 17 of the race? That's the part I don't get. You know what I'm saying? Because look, why? Why are we 3 wide?
Yeah, I mean, it's. I don't think they're the ones that have forced it 3 wide, but nevertheless, that absolutely still stands because you know they're not even attached to the main group.
No, not even.
Quite apart from the fact it's not safe, as evidenced by that. It's also not really helpful to try and catch the leading group. You're never going to do it running 3 wide. So. And
to be honest, that
stands.
is probably a group that were struggling, hadn't got their vehicles completely repaired yet or whatever. I'm going to go one more time here and just want to see. You see, they were off the pace a little bit. Those 3 cars on the top side there were cooking. You know, they were lined up and they were moving. They blew by them pretty fast. So I would say they probably were off the pace down on the inside, and that's why it ended up 3 wide. We do have well, I won't say he's the boss, but it's the guy I've been dealing with for the past couple of seasons since we got together with Oak House, and Jason Trocky's up front leading the race right now. That's good news. I'm trying to see who that is. Brady LeGras. I'm not familiar with him, but I see his livery looks very shiny. I need to go look at it. 'Cause, you know, well, I'm a livery guy. You know how I am. I love liveries, man. Look at that.
Wasn't he the one who pulled out of line on the backstretch on the restart for the last time? Or
was he?
Am I imagining that? I don't know.
That was him. Ooh.
No, maybe not.
He's got.
Maybe it wasn't him.
That is a. Oh, man. I'll tell you what, we're fixing to go check it out right here. That's who I thought that was. That's a Western Auto chrome livery from back in the days of Darrell Waltrip. That is Darrell Waltrip there on the trunk of that car. I mean, on the bed of that truck. And that was a very famous livery that he ran, a chromed out Western Auto parts store livery back in the 80s, maybe 90s. Super cool. For the time, it was like, you know, a huge deal because you didn't see chrome race cars back then, you know. Yep, and he's paying tribute to Darrell Waltrip. So, and I don't know if you know who Darrell Waltrip is, but you will.
I do.
Okay, because I know you know who he is when I tell you he's the guy who says boogity, boogity, boogity. You know?
yeah.
I knew
Absolutely.
You would know him then for sure. But, that is a sharp-looking paint job, and you'll probably notice tonight that I will focus and talk about some of the paint schemes. That's a big thing for me. I personally think every series should offer some kind of paint scheme livery prize or something to keep the guys, you know, trying to make the coolest paint jobs. I love all that kind of stuff. I think it adds to it as we go back here to the, once again, the Roasted Record Restart Zone.
Yeah, it's a new season as well with all these new liveries to get used to as well, by the way, as we get back underway. 41 laps of racing still to go. And by the way, a lot of pit stops that last time round. The top 8, though, the first 4 rows did not come in. They all stopped under the caution that came out on lap number 10. So they can still go at least another 10 laps, probably a little bit further than that. But our first difference in strategy of the day. Not many tyres being taken, apart from for Frank Marchese and Joshua Wise, and some others even further down who may have had damage repair as well. Those 2 took 4 tyres, and they're a little bit further back as a result. But as I say, the top 8 all staying out here and deciding to get some track position, and that is what Brady LeGrave is using at the moment to take the race lead in the chrome car outside.
He is. Mateo Mitchell's behind him there, giving him a nice push, and of course now we've got we've got Trockey on the bottom with I guess that is that LaRusso? No, is that? Yeah, that was Russo, John Russo back there pushing him.
John Russo just in behind in that 59. Not pushing as you can see that. That push though goes on.
We got a
trouble. 24 car goes around and they go into the 81 hard. They're up in the fence. It's another big one here. Yeah. Not quite as big as the third caution of the day, I don't think, but that was a hard hit for the 81 of Zachary Cartledge. One of the leading lap drivers of tonight was up there in the catch fence briefly, but doesn't seem to be too damaged, remarkably.
Well, I wouldn't say that just yet, unless while we're here.
Maybe not.
Let's,
oh, no, he's quite badly damaged, actually.
But it's still going straight anyway, we'll say that. Maybe not. might have spoke too soon. He wasn't even going straight. Oh, man, what a mess. Man, these Daytona crashes, that's... I will say this: there's going to be some great reels that come out of this, and I have to say, if you guys have never watched any of our reels and shorts that we put out, you don't get much better than the Ewan O'Leary doing commentary because he always gets so excited and it makes the reels and shorts so great. But and by the way, he is the Ewan O'Leary, just so you know. That's an inside joke, but anyway. Yeah, I mean,
only I'll get it.
Yeah, well, that's true. Yeah, well, that's all right. That's my job to crack you up. I've been doing that since I met you. Yeah.
Yeah, that just. Oh, it's a hard hit, isn't it, for the 81?
Oh, there's several trucks tore up. Oh boy, in the Bass Pro Shops, I can't remember his dadgum name right now because I'm new to this series, but the 26 truck, he's been through the wars already, man. I thought he was a 26 anyway, wasn't he? Yeah, Cole. Michael Cole, yeah. I mean, is that him? Is that the Bass Pro? No, that's not him. It's another guy. I must have the truck number wrong. Maybe it was the 29. Possibly. No, that's Logan Gill. Anyway, the Bass Pro Shop guy, he knows who he is. Well, he does. Poor thing. He's been through the wars, man. He had the 07 stop in front of him on the straightaway there, and he rear-ended him, and he was involved in that one. I don't think that was of his making either. If we go back to the original incident here, which this is not going to be it. Actually, this is going to be the aftermath of it. But so the 24 is the one that got out of shape. Now, whether or not he got pushed into out of shape or whether he did he not even pit? No, where is he at? You see him on the timing page? Help me out here if you would.
The 20.
What is the 24? Yeah.
Jesse Levers has just come in now while everybody's come in when the pit lane opened. So
well, we're in replay mode still, so that's why it's showing.
Yeah.
But
the top 11 have all stayed out, but everybody below that, so that's another 15 on the lead lap at the front. Have all come into the pit lane for varying amounts of time.
He got bumped right there from behind. If we go back to the initial incident here and watch. Angle. I missed him. Who is that? We need to find out who that is. Was that the 80? Was that the 88?
The 81 was the one that was 81? In the air, yeah.
Okay, that's the one I want. Where's he at? Because we're
81, by the way, is Zachary Cartledge.
Yep. So you need to
laps.
At this point, you need to hide your women and children's eyes, please, because this is about to get a little bumpy here, folks.
Oh, dear me. Nothing you can do either.
No, nothing.
Nice recovery, though.
Yeah, he kept a foot in it and everything. He didn't even lift. He was gassing it up on the catch fence.
Yeah, and he's survived, so he's still in the race. I'd imagine he took his fast repair. There was no help, no no hope he was going to achieve that without using his fast repair and staying on the lead lap at the same time. So he's had to use that, and therefore he's a long way down.
Well,
there are still, as long as Jaden Maluin gets out and looks like he has done, there's still 29 on the lead lap here, with 31 at least in the race. Wesley Beasley and James Burns are confirmed retirements, and Jayla Grave has been in pit lane for nearly 5 minutes now, but we've still got a lot of trucks left in this race as we are approaching half distance now, 7 laps away from halfway.
These old boys have been working on these trucks. I mean, you can see this is just the, just the people who have been in long enough to make some level of repair, and that's not counting all the fast repairs that have been used along the way so far. So we've seen quite a bit of that. I tell you what, I'm dying to get a green flag run in here. I hadn't even had time to turn the roasted record restart zone off. It's just like a permanent fixture right now.
Yeah. I'm not sure. I didn't actually make note of how long that green flag run was. Well,
let's see. So the caution happened on 21. And
well, that one was 2 laps, but the one before that was, not sure how many, maybe 5 or so. Maybe not even that, but that was the longest so far. Long story short, we've not had very many long ones so far. Is really the key there, and it's a bit of a shame really through these first 24 laps, but hopefully we can get one now.
Yeah, I tell you what, if I would prefer to be Trocky or Russo or one of these guys up here at the front, because you don't want to be mid pack back on this thing, man, because it's gotten rough back there. So these guys up front, I mean, we did have that initial incident, although that one didn't start too far from the front, really. That was only about maybe 5 or 6 rows deep, I think, where the 24 got turned there.
Yeah, that one was a little bit deeper in the field, but we've seen a couple of really rather large crashes tonight so far. There's the green flag waves again. 24 laps complete here at Daytona. How long's this run going to be as we get back underway?
I'll tell you what, let's try to crank it up. The chances of that succeeding are probably pretty slim, but let's see. Let's crank it up for the folks at home.
Three wide Truck Series action here at Daytona, and trouble at the front. Oh, big crash through the triangle again, and Elliot Kandra's one of those in the wall hard again in the 09. We've got about 10 at the front clear, 10 or 12 clear, but the rest in behind are in another big accident. Lots involved again, and it's come right from the front again. The 46 was one of those at the very beginning. That's Jason Trocky, who was in the wall hard there among others.
I should have left this thing in crank it up mode. That seemed to be the trick there. As long as we were in crank it up mode, we were safe.
Yeah.
All right, let's go see what happened here.
Well, that was, not even stemming from the 3 wide.
No.
This is the very restart.
No, that's my. I clicked on the wrong green strip. Sorry. There we go.
And they got underway nicely this time round, at least, which is good. But it was 2 laps later through this part of the racetrack where things just went wrong. Again, the guy on the outside getting too close to the guys on the inside, and look at this. That's 17 going up. That's the chrome car.
Yeah, we'll be riding on board with that one in a minute. It looks like clearly. Who was that on the outside there? Was that? I'm not sure who it was, but he got down into Trocky. He came down into Trocky and sucked Trocky around. That's that looks to me like what happened if you watch it here. That's the 17.
Oh, it is the 17. Wow.
Yeah.
I
So
didn't realize
he
he was
comes
that far
way
up the
down,
field.
and boom, that was it. It just those 2 trucks came together, and that wind just sucked Trocky up and around. That's nothing you can do there. Yeah, boy, and he just another big hits, man. He got that 26 who I just called him out last time, even though it wasn't him, but the 26 ended up getting spun and hitting Trocky too, and so he tore the front and the back of his car up. Just man. Okay. All right. So, well, folks, again, cover your eyes because you know what's coming here.
Yeah. This is back further than the. Yeah. Here we go.
Oh, I'm sorry. Now I'm in the wrong car.
It's the 3 car. Yeah. Here we go. Oh my word. Nowhere to go, and then just piled into again and again and again. Again, though, we get away without going all the way over.
Yeah, so I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to focus. I'm going to put it on the in-car on him from Jump Street because I want to see him go down the track into Trocky there. So,
I think he's being pushed here.
Is he?
Well, we'll see it here. Well, no, not really. It doesn't look like it too much from that angle.
It almost looked like I have to, if I'm being completely honest there. It almost looked like Trocky came up a little bit too, but it did not from the chopper cam. And I think that what that's telling me is that he got sucked up there with the wind. We're going to stay with the 17, but we're going to look at it from a different angle here.
Does Trocky go anywhere away from the double yellows here?
He might be getting pushed though.
Yeah.
17 might be getting pushed. Let's do this.
Yeah. See, on board it didn't look like that, but I think off board it does a bit.
Yeah, I agree. Let me see. Where is our? Let's go. We'll go.
Oh dear.
All right, one more time. This time we're going to jump back to the rear of his car. Let's see. That's not, we need that. No, that's not.
It's not a big push.
Well,
if it is at all.
We'll know if it is right here because I'm going to go to the gearbox camera.
Well, let's not forget the camera is not quite directly on the rear bumper, but yeah.
I'm pretty sure that was considering it ate half the engine there. I would say that that's probably indicative of the fact that there was indeed here. Well, we don't know who that was, do we, by any chance, that was pushing it?
No. I wasn't concentrating on that particularly.
It's the
82 or 62.
Maybe? Yeah, one of those, yeah. See, I'm pretty sure that was the push that did it right there.
Yeah, it was a pretty faint touch, really.
It really was, yeah.
That's
it doesn't take
Mitchell,
much,
by the way.
at this place, I mean, that's the thing about Daytona. I mean, it just doesn't take much. Yeah, he's done.
So, are we coming? No, we're not coming to a restart. There's just a very eager front row.
Yes.
Are there any more retirements? Jason Trocky is out after that incident, unfortunately. Long repairs still going on for Jackson Pole and Ricky Langton Jr. We saw in the 3 car. I think he's been the best Pro Shops car we've been wondering about all day. Brady LeGrave's in pit lane again, although I think that's no new damage, but just one's hanging over from before. We've still got 26 on the lead lap, but surely there can't be many fast repairs hanging about anymore. They've got to have nearly all used them now.
I tell you what, though, the guy who didn't, and has been maybe working on his truck, and we haven't talked about them because they've been at the back, but every caution they're getting in there and working on it, trying to get their truck back. There's probably somebody out there who has saved their fast repair. There's probably somebody out there who hasn't been involved in damage, but that would be a miracle. That would be a miracle at this point, if I'm being fair. If you are truly out of the race and you are watching this and you would like to come join us in the booth and we could chat about the league a little bit and different things, feel free to do that. I would think since you're one of the boss men, you probably have access to the broadcast booth. So come on up here if you want, and we can chat about it and talk about the league a little bit while we seem to have decent amount of time during these caution flag laps to chat tonight.
Yeah, sorry, one thing I'll just flag up, by the way, we're about to get to halfway, but we have used nearly 47 minutes of the 90 minutes. So if we continue at this rate, we're going to run out of time for the 60 laps. Let's hope for less cautions in the second half of this race so that we can complete the allotted 60 laps in time. But we do have a time limit of 1 hour 30 here for these races, or at least for this one. I'm presuming it's going to continue on. That may become a factor if we get cautions at a similar rate to what we have so far. A new driver on the front, John Russo, in control of this restart with Jason McCook, one of those top ARCA runners from last season, as we get back underway here from Daytona.
Yeah, and who's you got Youngblood behind Russo, and you got Howard Peebles behind McCook there. McCook is another one of the admins from the league. Hopefully I don't jinx him like I did the Jason earlier. So we got some good pushers up there. We got some fast guys up there. Chasing McCook and Wyatt Youngblood, we know are.
Oh,
I think that's
Smart
somebody
call.
just trying to get out of the.
I think that's
way
81 who very nearly went over onto its roof earlier on in the race. So Cartledge, you can see exactly why Zachary Cartledge wants to stay out of the way of everybody. I got somebody asking, by the way, whether they can see who is a lap down and who isn't. So on the tower, Jim,
well,
if you're able to,
if we can do that.
if you're able to bring up the gap to the leader. But the leader at the moment is Wyatt Youngblood. He's been pushed to the front for the second time tonight by Frank Marchese, who's had a decent damage repair of 38 seconds already, but I don't think he's used his fast repair. He has at least... He's at least used one set of tyres of the three that he's got actually available to him, additional to the starting set, but I don't think he's used his fast repair just yet, so he's going rather well. And there is Youngblood out front, who hasn't used his fast repair either. He's been one of those sort of inconspicuously staying out of trouble, and unusually staying out of trouble by being at the front, which hasn't been the way to do it traditionally so far.
No, we've had several big incidents up front, I would love to attribute that to his skill. He's obviously a very skilled young man, but I think there's just so much luck here, man. Just where things happen and where you are when they happen,
Yeah, there is a big slice of luck involved in super speedway racing. There's no doubt about that. As they all migrate to the top side. Look at this. Inside line with nobody in it. But
very unusual.
That almost opens the door, doesn't it, to somebody diving down the inside. It looked like Marchese was thinking about it that time.
Right now, it seems like the high side is working and working hard here. Oh, the 17. That looks like the 17. I think it is because it's chrome. It is not the 17. He is nowhere near the front. I apologize for that.
So another chrome car. 17, Brady LeGrad's still in pit lane, by the way.
No, I think it's the car in front of the 19. I think it's Albright.
Yeah, it's Jackson Albright, 88.
Yeah, he's kind of got that Coors Light chrome livery kind of going on himself there.
A few drivers going to need a Coors after this, I think.
I'm telling you. You and I might need a Coors after this.
Well, not for me. It'll be about 3 a.m. It's a bit late, really.
No, that's the time to tie one on and go to sleep. Sleep half the day tomorrow. That's beautiful.
Well, that's true. He's looking inside there, Albright, but he's not going to go for it. That would mean going 3 wide. In third place there, by the way, the pole sitter, Richard May, has worked hard to get back up the front of the field.
Yes,
and
indeed.
he's back to third again, although he's got to be very careful. He's got no safety net with that fast repair anymore. I wouldn't have thought. He had a big crash earlier, so surely he must have used it.
Let's take a look at this. This is something new to the channel here. We'll take a look at it with Richard May, since he's had quite the progression this evening. So as you can see here, yeah, this is pretty cool, right? So we've got that's Richard's truck over there, but you'll notice here in the graph, he started out obviously on the pole, ran up front there early, and then we had a pit stop. We had that. He came in, and I think that was when he was involved in an accident, and he's come in and done several repairs, and you can see he dropped all the way back to in the high 30s there, and he's just slowly crept his way back up, working on his truck, getting fuel along the way, and now he's back up here in the front as we have another caution.
Yeah, we do have another caution, not for anyone at the front of the field, to be pleased to know this time round, but we do have another caution out there on the racetrack. Still 24 on the lead lap, by the way. We'll see whether that decreases with this caution here. Bosma's, though, going to get that onto the lead lap with this caution. He's the best driver 1 lap down at the moment, with Kurafidis down in pit lane. Maybe he was one of these involved in this caution.
Was involved. I don't know if it was an after the fact. It probably was.
Whoa!
Oh, there we go.
Big stack up.
Oh, well, there goes Gill, and oh my goodness, the 4. Man, we've got some wild wrecks tonight. Gee whiz, look at Logan Gill's ride there. He, man, a lot of these guys, they're getting to the point where there's no way that these trucks are, fixable at this. We're getting to the point where, oh my goodness. All right, one more look here. I gotta see who that was that got all crazy, wild, and up in the air there.
Let's see. Yeah, it's just a huge stack up, isn't it? I think it's Kurafidis in the 4 car. Yeah, it is.
4. Yep. That's oh man, that Napa truck took a huge hit there. Logan took a big hit.
That's Kandra again, by the way, in the Napa truck.
All right, so let's see. Well, you know what's coming, folks. Just because I'm not gonna lie to you, it's one of my I love watching the big Daytona wrecks and stuff from in car. So who was that? That was Karafidis? Yeah. All right, let's take a ride with old George here on board with the gyro roll bar cam kicked in.
I mean, just nothing you can do.
No,
really.
I just slowed up in front of him, and, what can you do? You're doing 200 miles an hour, I mean. That one didn't seem near as dramatic as I thought it was. Even my dog even has opinions about that. You can hear him in the background. I probably shook him up a little bit. I was supposed to hide my pet. I didn't do it.
He said women and children.
I did. Well, he is my child. At this point, my son's off at college, so he is the child now. If everybody's pitting here, let's see. What lap are we on? 36.
36. So everybody's seeing this as a chance to pit to go to the end.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's exactly what's happening here. To be perfectly honest, I'm kind of surprised that we aren't seeing it. Well.
Only one hasn't pitted, Joshua Wise. Yeah. Only one.
I'm not so sure that is Wise.
Very good.
Go. All right. There you go, folks. I'll be here all week. I really won't, but still.
He's also, by the way, preventing guys from getting laps back through a wave around there. Jayla Grave is right behind him there and would have been hoping for a wave by. But if Wise decides to stay out here for the whole time and doesn't just pit, second time round to get to the end. Sometimes what you see is drivers stay out on the first time round and pit second time so that they can actually end up at the back.
Or potentially lead a lap if the league happens to offer a bonus point for leading a lap, So
the ARCA series did. I think this one probably will do, therefore, as well.
My guess is they probably use the same scoring system. That is a legit strategy as well, especially at a place like this where still plenty of laps to go here, pit now. You got your point for leading the lap, and then you're at the back and you try to stay out of trouble and, work your way back up through the field as we get closer to the end of the race. At this point, the field is thinning down quite a bit. I mean, we've only got now, what do we have? Well, let's see.
That's 22 on the lead lap now.
Yeah,
Kandra
22.
has just dropped off, and so has
How
John
is
Edwards.
Logan Gill still on the lead lap?
I mean, I don't think he's got a car to run at race pace, to be honest. He'll be lucky to hang on to the back of the field, I think, in the draft.
I don't ever use this camera, but I'm going to just because.
It doesn't look too bad. Actually, yes, it does.
Yeah, it does. You mean the part where there's no fenders on it? That part?
Yeah. So I looked at the front bumper and thought, that's fine.
It's good.
No.
Yeah. No,
but just cast your eyes a bit
he's
further
running,
back.
That's an open wheel modified he's running at this point.
is.
He's in the wrong series. He needs to go to the wheel and modified series with that thing. Yeah, that's a mess. But he's still on the lead lap, though. I mean, he is.
Exactly.
He's still in 22nd place. More cautions. Work on that thing. You'd never know. We've seen him do it before. And the exact quote was when it happened was he got wrecked with 10 laps to go, and we said, well, there's his chance of winning is over. That was your exact quote when it happened. I remember. No, you said there goes his chance for winning is over. And sure enough, he ended up coming back, blasting through the field after getting it repaired, and ended up wrecking across the line to win the race. So I wouldn't count him out yet, but he certainly got – there's probably quite a few minutes of repairs left on that thing.
Yeah, as I say, he might be able to stay in the group with a draft, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
But he's going to need some more cautions to actually get that car repaired.
No offense to him. I hope he doesn't get not one single more caution. But
yeah, nothing against him, of course,
right,
but we do want to see a run to the end of the day. That might actually give everybody a bit of fuel concern, which will be exciting too. But anyway, into the roasted record restart zone we go again. It's Joshua Wise who has gone through with this in the 91 car, which among other things has kept Jay LeGrave 2 laps down as they get to the restart. That's a big stack up on the outside. We're not going to get away with it. Instant wreck, and that was just a complete miscoordination there, or uncoordination rather from the whole group, which is giving us another caution hit.
All right, let's see. No, we probably don't want this angle for this, although that might not be the worst one.
That light blue truck there is the one that just doesn't go anywhere.
All right, I'm gonna jump it back up here to the chopper, and we'll look at it from the beginning and see if we can see what happened. Oh, way up at the front up there. Okay, yeah, you're right. Now I just simply Constantinaed the whole field there, yeah. That was
almost like Mr. Gear.
Was that? Yeah, almost. Or started in too low
Howard
of a gear.
Peoples? Maybe, no, I don't think so.
I was thinking that was, I'm sure that's not right, huh? No, okay.
Trying to work out who it might be.
Well, he'll be the one that didn't get involved in the incident. Maybe
be in the top 10 somewhere.
Yeah,
you'd imagine.
No, this is way back. Let me see. Yeah, we'll just do it the old-fashioned way. All right.
Yeah, trying to see there, it's quite hard to see.
It's one of these guys right here. Frank? I think it's Frank.
I don't know.
Is it Frank Marchese in the 92 Ford?
I'm trying to see that number on the top there. It's impossible.
It's really impossible from this angle.
There we go.
92.
It is 92.
Yep. So, all right. So
that's Jaden Mulligan.
Is it? Oh, it is.
Yeah, Marquez is in the 55.
If I could read, I'm going to learn to read eventually. I got a few more years to go.
So, does he just miss a gear or something? I can't understand.
To me,
why
it was
he'd be
one
so
of two
slow.
things. He either missed a gear, or he was in first gear, and when he gassed it up, he spun the shit out of the tires, and didn't go anywhere. So I tell you what we can do. We can go on board with him.
Yeah, try and listen.
And turn the volume up and see if we can hear what happened there.
Yeah. Yeah, here we go. I'm not the wiser.
Well, neither am I. To be honest, I have my volume pretty low for the cars in my ear. So, but it sounds to me, if you watch his RPM gauge there, which it's hard for me to get to his car really fast because he's not actually involved. So see, yeah, he stomped it. His thing went all the way to 8,000. He was in the wrong gear. Or he somehow clicked neutral potentially, but he was in the wrong gear there. Because if you watch, literally when it happens, his thing, it hesitates and then it goes to 8,000 RPMs. Watch, right? And then he hammers it right there, boom, up to 8,000, and he doesn't go anywhere. So my guess is he was probably in first gear and just spun the crap out of the tires.
Unless it went up to 8,000 because he got hit in the rear, which also
that's true too.
lifts the rear wheels off the ground, and
that's a good point.
That will send the RPMs up high as well. The fact that it was the RPMs were so dull there initially, below 3,000 for a long time when the green flag was waving was really weird.
Maybe he was in like fifth gear or something by accident, and when he gassed it up. Well,
do these cars have fifth gear these days?
Maybe not. Fourth. I guess what I was getting at was maybe he was riding around in the highest gear conserving fuel.
Yeah.
And forgot to shift it back into the proper gear, which is actually entirely possible what just happened now that I think about it.
Yeah, and that would also constitute a spike in RPM as well. If you're full on the throttle and shifting down, that will give you an initial spike. So
along with getting the crap knocked out of you from behind because you didn't go anywhere.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, don't ever say that we're not investigators.
Well, I wouldn't want to, investigate anything serious, but
right.
But I can work out the cause of a crash. So there you go. Someone say that is serious. Anyway, he's pitted, Jaden Mulligan, and so have most of the field. Actually, sorry, he hasn't pitted. He's just dropped right to the back. I suspect that may have been enforced by race control, perhaps. Not entirely sure. But some guys have stopped, including the best placed of them, Richard May, who came in to top off on fuel.
We do have active race control. So, well, at this point, where do you end up if you come in and pit here?
No worse than 21st.
Yeah, so, I mean, at this point, we still got plenty of laps. At this point, I think we're battling a time limit, to be honest.
Yeah, I think so. We've only got 27 minutes left, and we've got 18 laps to do. We are very much battling a time limit at the moment, and I'm not sure we're winning.
No, I think we're in losing mode, to be honest.
Let
me see if make some adjustments here to this potentially, and I will try to get us a clock on the screen as well.
Right, we'll try and get that sorted in the next few moments as we come into the roasted record restart zone again.
I'm just leaving it on at this point, the roasted record restart zone.
The pace truck pulls in, and it's White Youngblood this time, by the way, with control of the field. He stacks him up for a while before going, but what a response that is from Howard Peoples in the 19 truck on the outside. Oh, no! A stack up in the back again, and two cars down in the grass spinning. We stay green for the moment. Are we going to get away with it?
Well, they're off the track, so that may work out.
Look at the push that Peoples is getting here. Youngblood with no help at all, but Peoples with Marchese and Richard May both pushing him to the lead. Peoples on the inside, on the low side. We were looking like a three-wide moment there briefly, but they go to the low side. Now it's Richard May who's leading the line the outside. Now White Youngblood, the ARCA Series champion, is trapped up on the inside, boxed in on that inside line.
Yeah, this is what Chopper was like about to land on the field there. Yeah, they got a hard push going on that bottom line. I have to say, Richard May's doing a good job up there without a push, hanging with those two that are pushing.
Matteo Mitchell needs to get a lot closer to him. Weren't those two on the front row together? They were, weren't they? Richard May and Matteo Mitchell, and they're now on the outside line together, pushing one another to the front, or trying to, after getting involved in that caution in the big one, really, that came very, very early on in this race off of turn 4.
Yeah, you see, and of course you got Wyatt Youngblood running right there behind the bottom two on the bottom row there. Poised sitting in there, just kind of, I guess, probably hoping nothing goes crazy in front of him. Carson Kinney on the outside there, third on the outside row. We haven't talked about. Uh-oh.
Sorry, that's Frank Marchese there getting shut off by Peoples. He was trying to get his nose down the inside, but he couldn't quite do it. And that's a great run though from Carson Kenny in the 8 car, up 24 places by the way to the top 5, after also being involved very early on in some long damage repairs. He's been in the pit lane so far as Kenny 9 times today.
Well, that's exactly, to be honest, what we were talking about earlier in the race. You know, working on it, and being competitive towards the end of the race. You know. Oh, my gosh, look at May. He is all over the place from that push from behind. Oh, that's not – that is May, yeah.
Yeah. These trucks are just so unstable, though, aren't they, when they're being pushed like that?
Well, they made an aero change at the start of this new iRacing season, which I think we're about 4 weeks into now. They made an aero change to these trucks to make them more realistic, and from everything that I'm hearing – I do a lot of truck series broadcasting – and for everything I'm hearing from some really, really good drivers is these things are a beast to drive with this new aero package. So, you know, and they where they respond badly is when you're tucked right up behind somebody.
91, sorry, that's Joshua Wise on the inside of Carson Kenny, slipping 3 wide briefly, but he's now got a big run at the race leaders here, Richard May and Matteo Mitchell, who push one another to 1 and 2 in this race. Richard May goes to the low side, he's blocking through the triangle, he's loose, and here comes Matteo Mitchell on the outside.
Oh my gosh, I don't know how May didn't get turned there. I have to say good job by the 19 truck there. Oh, look at Matteo. He just slid right down in front of May. He's like, all right, now you can help me for a little while.
Oh, but May wants to go to the high side, and he's going to get blocked. He gets blocked by the 82. They both go up. Now Peoples is leading the inside, and he's going to get freight trained here. Now, does he get sucked through the black hole, or are they going to follow him? He's going to get through the middle. He's in the middle with no help.
No help. Oh, we got somebody diving down in the middle up here in the front.
Oh, they are trying to form a third lane. The 91 again. That's Joshua Wise making some moves in the middle. 3 wide through the triangle. Through with 12 laps to go at Daytona.
Oh, no. Oh, they're touching.
Whoa.
He's pinballing between the two of them.
I'm not sure how we got away with that.
Oh, me either. That was crazy right there. He literally pinballed off both of those trucks.
And now Youngblood's the one with no help. Up on the high side, by the way, 3 wide. He's going to be able to get back in now with that high side now. But the high line is disintegrating here. They're nowhere. It's the front guys on the low side who are breaking away from the rest.
Yeah, this is, oh my goodness, a hot mess. I mean, I had the biggest gainers up there, but then it just went crazy, and we didn't even talk about it. But that's your biggest gainers for the race, although, you know, with all this craziness we've had.
I think that's Peoples, one of them, Howard Peoples, in the middle of a 3 wide moment as the front, front 6 start to break away. And look at this is why they're really playing for keeps here for 7th place.
Yeah, this is, well, they're settling down a little bit now. They need to. Oh my gosh, who is that going on? Is that the 14? No, that's not. 14's on the bottom. He's trying to get away from that 81 or 91. Josh Wise is still playing pinball down there. Now
he's going to get down low, and they are going to reconnect the groups again. But that was dangerous for a moment that the top 6 could break away completely.
Yeah, no, that's what I was thinking because, we got 12 laps, though. That's a long time at Daytona. It really is. You're not going to run away and win the race with 12 laps to go here. But, yeah, they're gonna zip right back up here together. Oh, there goes Chasen McCook on the outside. He's going to go try to get that outside line working again back here.
He just needs some friends now. And there, up high just in front of him, goes John Russo as well, trying to follow him through.
Yeah, getting a little action going up there, but it's not really, doesn't seem to be working, man. It's at bottom line, they're nose to tail here and just pulling each other around the track. I mean, it's a 6-car draft.
All it's going to take is somebody to jump out of line, and it will all be ruined. It will happen at some point because they'll want to try and win the race. Yes. But for the moment, they are absolutely sticking to that low side.
Yeah, this is what crazy action. I hesitate to do this because, usually all hell breaks loose. But let's take a look at Mateo Mitchell's run here this evening. Kind of an up and down. Started on the front row, we know, and then he never really got too low, though. He never really got out of the top 20, even with pitting and working on his truck and everything. Overall, I'd have to say that's a pretty damn good run for tonight here, to not be below 20th with all the action that we've had. Oh, we got a little line forming up now up here. Look at this.
So
Cartilage.
Oh, wow, that's... Yeah, Cartilage, after being in the air earlier, leading that outside line, although it's very brief. White Youngblood also involved in that on the outside line, trying to get something going as well. 9 laps to go as they get to the line here.
Yeah, we're knocking them off here. Yeah, the outside line just does not seem to be coming together, man. And we know Youngblood's fast.
Whoa.
Oh, God. Oh, the 91, man, he's still playing pinball out there. Oh, Youngblood.
On again.
Was that Youngblood that got in? Yeah, that's Youngblood that got into him there, or they got into each other. Oh, so now the 14, McCook's, I thought he was going to drive it in there 3 wide right there. Look, I'm not going to lie to you. I don't want to be on the side of the 91 right now. That dude thinks he's Elton John. He's a pinball wizard out there or something.
And also, he's forcing 3 wide quite often, which is not ideal either. He's got a massive run here. Surely he's going to go to the outside. No, he doesn't, through the middle of the turn.
He does have
McCook
a massive
is going to get in behind as well.
Oh, no. Look, why are they not pulling out? They got a hell of a run. Yeah, but he stymied the run. He waited too long.
Yeah, they didn't use that properly at all.
No.
Oh, and that was very close again there for McCook and Wise, who's completely on his own, and he's going backwards as a result.
By the way, I want to apologize to any music fans out there. I said pinball wizard and referenced Elton John, and I am way old enough to know better than that. Of course, pinball wizard was by The Who. So I apologize to any music fans out there. I know you didn't. You weren't
going to get me pulled up on that by me.
No,
that's for sure.
You're not a pop culture guy for sure. But look at this. Oh, there goes Logan Gill getting lapped there. That didn't work out like he wanted.
Also, Jeffrey Goodpaster's not that far away from being lapped either. So lap traffic becoming a factor for the first time in this race tonight with 7 laps to go.
Which, to be fair, you very rarely see at Daytona, especially, with cautions and whatnot. But this is I'm not even going to say it. Never mind. Just leave that alone.
Well, I think no matter what happens, this is our longest green flag run tonight, and it will remain so because it's been going on for so long. Right. So we can say that.
Thanks for that. I appreciate that.
This will be the longest green flag run tonight, whether we get another caution before the end or not. There is the 79. That's not Goodpaster. That is Jayla Grave, who's going a 5th lap down there on the high side. This is where it gets nervy, though, for those on the lead lap trying to pass a lap car.
Well, because, they're trying to stay out of the way, and they're running in a groove they don't normally run in. And, I thought that was fixing to come down the track there. I tell you what, they're getting itchy, though. You can see it, man. Somebody is just waiting for the opportunity to make a move.
Oh, and Wise! Wise just took somebody out there. John Russo it was. And there's going to be no caution because Russo is down below the apron, but Joshua Wise just took him straight out. I'm pretty sure of it.
Was that Leathers or was that?
He's going to have a good view of it. That's Wise just took. Oh no, he's pulled off completely. It's John Russo who's ended up off the circuit, and it's Joshua Wise who's put him there, I think.
Yeah, unfortunately, it did not give me anything that would let me find that. But anyway, we'll jump back up here at front. We did not go caution on that, so. Apologize for not being able to get that on the screen for you.
Well, we did catch it live, so just rewind. 5 laps to go on that one.
Just rewind.
Just rewind the stream. By the way, 10 cars on the lead lap in the front group, although Joshua Wise is at the front of a bit of a break in the group at the moment, which may reduce it to 7 if they're not too careful here. This single, they're in big danger here.
No,
a 7 versus a trio with only lap cars to help them. The only saving grace for them might be Chasen McCook, who's starting to get something going on the outside here.
I'm pretty sure he's going to try to get this pass done on who's that? Ethan Farless, I believe. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it didn't work, and they just lost the draft too. If they don't line back up, they're in trouble. Chasing, man, you got to make a decision here. One of you do. Y'all.
Well, yeah, one of them does. Jason will be saying, "Well, I've got my nose in front now, so it should be you to back off." But Farless is on the inside,
laps.
and McCook's now going to back out, but it might be too late.
Yeah, I don't think they can. Well, I'm not going to say that, but I will say that Logan Gill will not be pulling off one of those miracle finishes tonight. But
no. Well, I said that with certainty all those months ago. But
yes, you did. You certainly did say that with exactly the same amount of certainty. No, I think these guys are done here for sure too. I don't think they've. Oh, well, who is that? No,
they're coming back.
Track.
And there's a lap car. They're coming back here. Less than half a second. Farless and McCook have got to be the best of friends here. And they're going to get that little bit of a draft there as well from that lap car. Just briefly. They're only half a second behind. And they're now less than half a second behind. Wise, Kaiser and Kenny, though, are out of it. There's only 7 left battling for this race win with 3 laps to go at Daytona.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, somebody here is going to make a move, and it's going to be entertaining when it does happen.
When is it going to happen is the next question. Richard
mean,
May
honestly,
still leads.
I wouldn't make a move till the last lap here.
Yeah, well, especially if you're Richard May. Sorry, Richard May's in second place. He was the pole sitter. Matteo Mitchell is in first place. And if you'd have told us that the pole sitters and indeed the second place on the qualifying are going to be 1 and 2 at the end of the race, but it's not going to have felt like it, then, well, that's the kind of race that we've seen here tonight.
If I'm Albright or Youngblood, I might make my move coming after pretty soon, because you're going to have to get somebody to jump in behind you and start creeping up. If I'm May, I wait,
Yeah, absolutely. You'd be fearful if you may of getting boxed in, but there's not much you can do about that. And here we go. The 55's going to try something. No, Marchese stays in behind, but it had to happen further back. There it is. There goes Youngblood. He's pushed by Farless and McCook on the outside, and there's going to be blocks from Marchese, who dives down below Richard May. He's now been shoved to the outside, Richard May, and here comes Youngblood trying to follow them through as well. They're coming to the white flag. Are we going to get there without a caution? Are we going to get this green flag run right to the finish here? It looks like it. Matteo Mitchell, he's going to lead the field with 1 lap to go at Daytona.
Wow, I tell you what, that really cost Richard May right there. He tried to throw a block, and it really did bite him right there.
Yeah, 6th place, but you've got to remember those guys at the back in the previous lap are now towards the front. 2nd place for Frank Marchese, 3rd for Wyatt Youngblood, and they've got a chance to go and win it from here. Richard May's on the outside though with no helpers. Here comes Youngblood, he's going to get some help. Marchese can't go up high, he's going to get the block from Mitchell. Marchese's now boxed in by Wyatt Youngblood, who's also shoved out wide on the outside. McCook gets to 3rd. This is perfect for Matteo Mitchell, although Frank Marchese's going to get a very good run off of turn 4. He's going to drop to the high side. There he goes. He's alongside now. Is he going to have the run to the triangle here at Daytona? Who's going to get there? Oh, on the low side, there's a photo finish. It is Frank Marchese, is it? Frank Marchese might have just got there. It's a photo finish. A photo finish at the end between Marchese and Matteo Mitchell.
Oh, my goodness.
The barest of margins, less than 100th of a second. Our timing screen says 0.00 separates first and second at Daytona.
Oh, my goodness. All right, so let's see here. We'll look at it from up top here. I think maybe this angle is probably the...
I'm honestly not sure who's won this. It's unbelievably close. I think Marchese's just got there from the naked eye. It's unbelievably close.
Man. All right, let me see. I'm gonna slow this thing down here. And which
I've gone quite a long way back here, but yeah. And by the way, that was Jason McCook on the low side there, who I thought might just sneak through and win that at the end as well. Really, really close finish between those 7 drivers who were in that front group towards the end there. Just shows a long green flag run of racing at Daytona is always exciting, always produces an exciting finish. There goes Marchese to the outside. And what is the margin? I mean, it's, as I say, less than 100th of a second. It is barely anything.
Yeah, you can see Frank is just the slightest little bit ahead of him there. Wow. Let me see if I can. I'm probably going to screw this up. I knew that. Yep.
It's going to be hard to pause that on
at
the right moment.
Well, I mean, that saw it, though. That was crazy, though. Wow. So we're into thousandths of a second there. Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to make sure with the race results before we have a chat, because
that's true.
I have done races in the past where the timing screen has actually been wrong because it's slightly out when it is extremely close to that. But I think Frank Marchese is indeed going to be credited with the race win. We'll just make absolutely sure. There you go, 1,000th of a second. Our screen's telling us unbelievably close. Frank Marchese wins the opening round of the season at Daytona by 1,000th in front of Matteo Mitchell. Jason McCook third. Wright Youngblood will be pleased with 4th if he's to win another title here this season, as will everybody, to be honest, in the top 10 tonight, including Richard May, Jackson Albright and Ethan Farless, who had just as much of a chance of a win there as well. Carson Kenny, Ryan Keezer and Joshua Wise took themselves out the back of the group there and still finished inside the rest of the top 10. Jaden Malugin there was, despite that late incident, it's still finishing 11th ahead of Howard Peoples, who also got knocked back towards the end there as well. Michael Cole, Robert Lawson, John Russo, Bill Bonsma were the last drivers on the lead lap. David McCullough and Zachariah Cartledge were one of those late drivers caught a lap down. So was Jeffrey Goodpaster and George Kurafidis and Logan Gill. 3 laps down for Brad Compton, although he did finish. So did John Edwards, Jay LeGrave, Jesse Levers and Jackson Pole, I believe. Elliot Kandra, Brett Bullard did not finish. Neither did Austin Thomas, Brady LeGrave, Ricky Langton Jr., Jason Truckey, Wesley Beasley, James Burns, or indeed non-starters Zach Woods and R. Milne. Let's have a chat to the top 3, shall we? Starting with Frank Marchese, who's won tonight from Daytona. Frank, welcome in. Congratulations on a race victory tonight. What a finish that was. Talk us through the final laps from your perspective.
I'm shaking, man. I didn't know. I did not know until about halfway down the backstretch that I had actually won that. I thought I finished second. Yeah, I mean, I knew it was going to be it's going to have to be a late jump to the outside, and I was trying to hint to go out there to whoever was behind me. I think it might have been the 88. And then I saw the 10 go out there, and I'm like, well, to heck with it. Let me just dive down, see what I could do. Got the position, and then I knew it was going to be a last-second deal. I was going to have to block off some guys behind me or try to take their run at least. But not get too out of shape to not be able to get back down to the bottom to try to defend the position. And then it was just a last ditch effort to try to make it close at the line. And like I said, I thought halfway down the backstretch, I thought I had finished second. That was unbelievable.
I mean, we weren't sure either because it was so close. We honestly weren't sure either. 1,000th of a second our timing screen is telling us at the end of the race, which is just remarkable. I mean, a lot's going to be made about the run to the line, but actually your dive down the inside on the backstretch with 2 to go, I thought was sort of where it was really won and lost with hindsight. That was a very impressive dive below Richard May. But did you sort of have a pre-planned anything there, or was it just sort of reacting to everything that was happening around you there in the final laps? Because you were all running single file for a while, which must have given you some time to think about what was going to happen at the end.
The best thing to do around the super speedway is just don't think, because the second you make a plan, it's normally instantly ruined. So just I wanted to, it's like kind of seeing what you want to do and then seeing if a lane opens up and then reacting to it. Like I wanted to go to the outside with a lap and a half to go. I saw Wyatt was there and I knew I had a feeling he wasn't going to help me. I was going to try to block him up the track as much as I can to try to force him to help me. And then I saw the 10 come up and I'm like, well, let's see how this works. And it worked out for me. So yeah, you kind of have a hint as to what you want to do, but in the end, it's all just reacting
And
to what's given to you.
I have to say, obviously, a hell of a finish, 1,000th of a second. I mean, try to fathom that. That's crazy. I mean that's potentially one of the closest finishes of all time. I mean, I don't know how you could get any closer than that. 1/1000th of a second. But I have to say, man, looking at your truck here tonight, to be honest, we didn't talk about you a lot during the race. You were kind of unassuming most of the race. Did you get any damage at any point in the race, or?
There were a couple of incidents, like the big one coming off of 4. I got hit right in the door.
There was like 7 of those. Just
yeah, I got hit right in the door, and then there was where everyone checking up on the bottom in 1 and 2. I got nose damage. I think I got like 45 seconds worth of damage combined, and just sat in, fixed it, and still had the fast repair in the pocket. And
there you go. That's what I'm talking about.
I got a lot of friends that run these a lot, and you kind of learn from them.
Oh, sure.
Just pick up some strategies and on what to do. So yeah,
I keyed in on that.
Try to get up to the front and stay there.
I keyed in on that from the first wreck of the night. That the guy, not that you ended up having to use it, but working on that truck through the night and saving that fast repair, was a key. And had something happened late in that race, you'd have been good to go. You'd have been one of the only guys out there with a fast repair. So I have to say, looking at the paint job on your truck and everything, that apparently the Victoria's Secret lingerie was working for you tonight.
Yeah, real surprisingly comfortable, as a matter of fact.
Silky smooth, and
as I can confirm. But yeah, honestly, I was looking for wanted to keep the number the same in all the ones, and this is the only one that had a 55 on it. So I can tell you, Victoria has no secret. Just the fact.
Well, we're going to start that rumor now for the rest of the season, so you're going to have a hard time living that one down.
Well, no, the secret is that there's an idiot driving the car. That's about it.
Well, congratulations again.
Yeah.
Besides Victoria's Secret, is there anybody you'd like to shout out to for while we got you in here tonight?
Yeah, I'd like to thank my friend who decided to have a late sushi run with his wife and then stop off for coffee at the end to miss this race and not help me take the win. So that was really cool of him. I thank the league for putting this on. There was a lot of interesting stuff that happened tonight and some things that I hoped are tweaked for next week. But all in all, once we got going, it was a lot of fun. We had a great night. League sponsors, I'm sure there are a couple, none of which I can think of right now, unfortunately, no disrespect. But yeah, this was a great night, a great way to start the season.
Congratulations from me as well on the win tonight. Thanks for chatting to us, and hopefully we'll see you back in the coming weeks.
Absolutely, thank you.
Thanks very much. That's Frank Marchese, the winner tonight at Daytona in a remarkable finish. Let's chat to the other side of that coin, shall we, if you like, for Matteo Mitchell, who has finished in second place tonight. Matteo, welcome in. Congrats on a second place, I feel like saying, but I'm not sure how pleased you'll be with it. How are you feeling at the end of that? Surely a bittersweet feeling at the end of that race.
Yeah, I mean, I feel pretty good about it. It hurts to suck. Let's try this again. It hurts to lose by, what was it, 0.02 of a second?
1/1000th of a second.
1/1000th? Okay.
Made even worse, Jim.
Even worse.
I know, right? Yeah, well, that's what I'm here for.
No, overall it was a great race. Had a few hiccups, especially towards the middle of the race. Getting caught in that one wreck. But overall, managed to come back. It was very good. I got to give it to Frank, man. I mean, he timed that to perfection. He couldn't have done it any better. So I got to give all that to him.
Yeah, and I think if that race was a metre shorter, you might have still had it. That's how close it was, and there's not much you can do about that. I do want to go back to that incident as much as you maybe don't want to, from earlier on in the race, because it was the first big one, if you like, and sort of the biggest crash actually that we saw tonight, coming off of 4. and obviously yourself and Richard May dicing hard for the lead at the time, both of you having qualified up on the front row there. What was your perspective on that incident, and just tell us how you managed to sort of navigate your way through the rest of the race, recovering from that damage early on in the day?
Yeah, I mean, that first big one was really a huge setback. I mean, in my perspective, I really just saw it as Aaron was doing all he could to side draft, try and pull me back so he can get out in front of me, because we made a deal of I was going to push him if he would have gotten out there. Just kind of getting a little too close to side drafting, unfortunately. Touched Zechariah, and then everything happened from there. But coming back from that, it actually wasn't horrible. Took that fast repair when I had to, and then kind of just rode in the back for most of it. There was one big crash. I don't remember who started it. I remember George Kirifidas was in it. I hit the brakes and actually got loose, drove straight into the inside grass, and I thought my car was going to be done from there. I was just praying I wasn't going to get hit, which thankfully I didn't. And then from there, it just really gave me that boost I needed to stay in the front and lead all those laps until the very end.
And it was a good run in the end. That was so nearly a race-winning run. So congrats on a top 3 finish, a second place finish tonight from the opening round of the season, and thanks for coming to chat to us at the end as well.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Thanks very much. That's Mateo Mitchell finishes second tonight by just 1/1000th of a second. Only 400ths of a second off the win was Jason McCook, and he joins us from third position now as well. Jason, welcome in. Congrats on a top 3 finish tonight. I suspect you might be pretty pleased with your opening run, but let us know, how are you feeling at the end after that late run to third place for yourself?
I'm feeling pretty good about it. I had to dodge quite a few wrecks to make my way up there tonight. But overall, I thought it was a pretty good race. I had to thread the needle there right at the end of the race, make it 3 wide to get through there, caught Wyatt strapped, and was able to push myself up there to third place. I ran the whole race with front end damage. I opted out of using the fast repair to try to maintain position, and I was really struggling getting any kind of good runs during the race, but all in all, it ended up working out for me in the end.
I want to go back to a moment that happened about maybe 5 laps to go in the race or so. As you got alongside, I think it was Ethan Farless, you were right at the back trying to take 6th place away, trying to get something going on the outside line. And we actually thought there was a moment where we thought you might have taken the two of you actually out of the group completely, and it would be just the front 5 that contested that finish. What was that moment like in terms of knowing where the limits were in terms of the draft and making sure you didn't lose that front group, but also wanting to make your way through from the very back, which you were for quite a while in that run?
Oh man, I can tell you that did get quite frustrating, because I felt like I was much faster, and I wasn't really able to gain any ground pushing that car in front of me. And I really wanted to get around him, so I tried to make a move on him. And like I said, that front end damage, I just did not have the momentum to get around him. And then I was like, man, I think I just messed this up, because he's falling back. He just doesn't have it. And I tucked back in, tried to push him back up there, and then once I got him up there, I decided to make my move then to try to get out from behind that truck and make my way to the front.
You're saying you bailed on him?
No, I'm saying I had to keep going.
So I just want to say, as one of the admins in the league, obviously, you guys made the decision to bring us on board last season, and a season and a half ago or whatever it's been now. But we appreciate it, and so I just wanted to thank you for that, since I had you in here. And I tried to lure Jason up into the booth tonight after he got crashed out, but he apparently wasn't watching the broadcast, or at least acted like he didn't hear that invite, because he did not come join us and chat with us during the race. But congratulations, man. That was a good run for you tonight there. I'd almost given up hope. Well, I think I probably did give up hope on you actually when you fell back there with about 5 to go, but you managed to recover and you gave it a good run there. We actually thought that you could potentially sneak down on that bottom side and get that thing there for a second. It looked like it.
I was for sure hoping so. I was doing my best, but I didn't want to hinder those two guys up there from racing to the line because they really had it going on up there for sure.
Yeah, well, congrats on getting to third either way, Jason, and thanks for coming to chat to us again after the race tonight as well.
Oh yeah, one thing I'd like to say a huge thank you to all of our sponsors that helped put this on. Thanks to you guys for putting on this broadcast, and big shout out to all my teammates there at Oak House Racing, John Russo, John Edwards, and awesome, a majorly huge shout out to Mr. Jason Trockey, man, who's really been doing a lot to help make this league happen, and to all the guys that are in the league that are running these races with us, man. If you only knew how much I get stressed out on worrying about how happy you guys are going to be with the league and just having a good time, you cut me a little bit of slack. So if you would just cut me some slack, I'm doing the best I can. I really want to put on a good show for you guys and a great community for you to be a part of and come and race and have some fun.
Well, absolutely. Well, congrats on getting another season off the ground and up and running for the Truck Series for 2026. So, yeah, we look forward to coming back in the coming weeks. But congrats again, and we'll see you next week.
Of course. Thank you guys so much.
Thanks very much. That's Jason McCook, third place tonight from Daytona in the opener for the Oak House Racing Truck Series in 2026. What a start to the season as well, Jim. 3 wide photo finish to start the season, and just 1/1000th of a second between the winners, or the first and second place rather. You can't get any closer than that really. It was a remarkable finish, but as you come to expect really from this venue.
It's crazy. We had all the cautions and stuff, and there was a question whether we were going to make it on time limit and all of those things. And in the end, we get a 3 wide 1,000th of a second finish. It just goes to show you that this place always produces some crazy good racing, and in the end, I'm not going to remember the cautions. I'm going to remember the 1,000th of a second pass for the win at the line.
Absolutely. That's one of the more remarkable finishes, and if we get a better one this season, then we'll be doing very, very well indeed. Speaking of the rest of this season, by the way, I realise we haven't actually gone through the schedule, such as the manicness
to be honest
of tonight.
with you, I never loaded it because we were working on getting that grid thing fixed, and so I actually haven't loaded it. But you feel free to read it off.
Yep, I'll read it off. So obviously, starting tonight here at Daytona. From here, we'll go to Michigan for the first of only a few intermediates this season. Phoenix will be our first short track, although it's not that short, is it really, for round 3. Iowa next. They're 2 similar tracks, I guess. Then Charlotte back to the intermediates. Then another short track. Gateway to bring us to the second half of the season. Bristol Dirt will be on the 19th of February. That's one to circle, isn't it? Because that's going to be unusual. I don't think I've ever commentated on a dirt race before.
Oh, my gosh. Good. Bristol Dirt is amazing. It really is. In fact, I hope that I am not working that week because I am going to come broadcast or at least co-commentate with you guys because that's going to be great.
I must admit, I much prefer dirt racing actually like a proper dirt. I'd much prefer Bristol, as a concrete circuit rather than I'd rather they go to Eldora or whatever like they used to. But anyway,
well, true, yes. But the thing about Bristol compared to Eldora is with the incredibly high banking that Bristol has, you can really sling those cars around. Like, as dirt cars are kind of famous for being slung around anyway. With the high banking, it's insane. It is. Yeah. It's really cool. You probably enjoy it, actually.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll get a handle. It's not quite like completely crazy dirt racing that you sometimes see in the in America. So there we go.
Yeah.
I'll get a handle on it. How's this, by the way, for a final 4-race run, by the way, for complete madness? Bristol Dirt, 4 rounds to go. Talladega, 3 rounds to go. Lime Rock Park is the penultimate round. And Las Vegas is the series finale. Obviously, Las Vegas a little bit more normal, another intermediate to end the season. But how's that for a 4-race run at the end, by the way? Short track on dirt, then a super speedway, then a road course, then an intermediate. That is quite an end to the season we've got coming up.
That definitely covers it all, doesn't it?
Yeah. I guess with Gateway, there's the week before we've got short track on tarmac and then short track on dirt and then
that's right.
all the rest. So we've got it all covered.
Gateway's no picnic either. That's a tough track.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's going to be good fun.
It is, certainly is. No week breaks in that, by the way, as well. So we will be live every week, same time, same place, all the way until the 12th of March. So next 10 weeks we've got racing live for you from the Oakhouse Racing Truck Series. We look forward to bringing it to you all the way unto that point, because if tonight's anything to go by, it will be something to watch. We'll be live just before 8 p.m. Eastern time with qualifying and then the race, as we have been tonight. Big thanks to everyone who's been chatting along with us and joining us here tonight for the opening round of this series here from Daytona. And a big thanks to all the drivers as well for putting on such a great show. I've been Ewan Lilly alongside Jim Cunningham until we see you again in 1 week's time for the second round from Michigan. It's goodbye for now.